on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone.
With beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.
On the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Discussing that heat in the street, and we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. On the outside, all alone, all alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. Ay. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin J, got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got what you need.
All alone.
Vitamin J. know how I'm coming, man. Tryna run the town. Tell no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's about smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound. Take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat. How could they be? Give me a couple of rounds. Cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see, they start crumbling now. Mind struck, start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock glitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the game, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them bills on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See, my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me when the C tune into that VGP. Take over the west and the east. Hey, we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hey everybody. It's been a week, but I've been playing a little bit. I've been playing some Diablo, played some Jedi Survivor, some RoboCop, and a little bit more of Out. I've been all over the place this week. It's good to have choice sometimes. Yeah. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait for a sale on Wild or something. But I still gotta get that. I gotta get. I got so much shit in my cart, man. So yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta get. I gotta finish paying for the that fighting collection too. Um, yeah, 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 exactly. And I mean, I still gotta play. I gotta get Elden Ring, that new expansion. I gotta get Kingdom Come Deliverance too. Like it's a pricey year. Like it's such. Yeah, we'll get there for sure. But yeah, it's a pricey year. Yeah. Uh, Adam Fall. Adam Fall. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad Metal Gear doesn't come out till August. I'm glad I got a little bit of time. I'm still gonna get. I mean, I've told you, it's Snake Eater. Yeah. It's like, no, definitely. But I still see MGS3 as like my favorite game of all time. So it's like I'm gonna buy that regardless. They had me as soon as they said anything about it. They had me. Yeah. Hmm. Felt. I think Kofi done wandered on up in here too. If you wanna let him drop his intro one time.
Hey guys, let me know if it's like a slow day or if we're pushing to next week because I got some.
No, we're
No,
we're
no,
literally already live, Kofi.
we're already
Oh,
we're already live, but I've had no vault.
okay.
I've had no audio this entire time.
Well, welcome, brother. What you been playing? What have you been up to?
It's been good. A lot of Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds
Hmm.
has really grown on me. I finished the main campaign, and I don't really know if Monster Hunter is a game that you protect people from spoilers, but I will say after you roll the credits, there's a lot of monsters that return from the older IPs, and it's a great little punch to the nostalgia so far, and it's been really great. I appreciate how the environments change. It's kind of like a story based change that happens to the environment, so it keeps you invigorated on getting out and exploring. Um, the combat is just really, really fun, and I haven't really spent enough time exploring different weapons as Switch Axe has still been like my new go-to after being Hammer for so long. Um, so that's been great, and then of course I'm still playing Visions of Mana, and that's been great. Um, it's really those two, Visions of Mana and Monster Hunter Wilds, that I've captured the most. I'm still playing through Tunic though. I'm a good ways through Tunic. I guess we could talk about somewhat Tunic Sports. I got the 3 keys, um, so I know I got some boss fights ahead. Um, but also, I'm finding a lot of those like crazy chests that you have to
Hmm.
do the D-pad inputs for.
Yeah, but the solutions are there. You have to be able to read the manual for the solutions, but they're there.
Yeah, and like some of them are just super wild.
Yeah.
Like the one where you have to go up. Do you remember the one where you go up this tower and the camera angle changes every time you go
Yes.
across? That was
Yes.
a super crazy one, man. Like there's a lot of wild ones.
It was fun though. Like,
It is.
and it'll all be worth it once you settle in and get it all. It'll all be worth it.
Yeah. So I'm a good ways into the game. Like I said, I have the red, blue, and green key. I know I got probably a boss fight ahead of me, and
Hmm.
yeah. So those are probably my main three. It's been great.
Okay, all right.
I'm glad you've been enjoying it, man. Great game. I love the
Hey,
review for that. absolutely fantastic.
We don't normally talk about. Well, since everybody gave the intro, I'm gonna jump into what's on your mind. I don't really have any gaming related. What's on your mind? But Jubei, I just want to know, how do you feel about the big splash the Cowboys made today, signing that lawn snapper?
Man, shut your ass up, bro. Listen, no, he's good. The long snapper's good. I was expecting that move, but I mean, we've been re-signing our own guys. I don't think we're going to be crazy free agency again. I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, all right. And you,
I wish we would be. There's some defensive tackles out there. I'd love to have.
yeah, I'm sure you would. And Kofi, how do you feel about all your guys who are free agents just not coming back? Yeah,
it's definitely more departures than I wanted to experience all at once. But I'm happy that we made it to a Super Bowl victory. I just feel like now in my lifetime I've gotten to see the Eagles win twice, and that's been like awesome. I never expected that. So,
and guess what I just learned over the weekend?
What?
The Eagles, after this season, this is their first time being a winning franchise in the history of their franchise.
Isn't that crazy?
So they lost their first couple games when they first started out as the Eagles, and since their initial year being the Philadelphia Eagles all the way till now, they've never had a winning record until this season.
Correct. We're now.
You mean like overall? Like
just
overall franchise record. So they're 2 games.
Oh,
so
they're
1953.
They are now 2 games over 500 for their franchise history.
Damn.
Yeah, the only way that was going to happen is if we won the Super Bowl. So,
well, if y'all would have lost the Super Bowl, wouldn't y'all still be 1 game over 5? No, y'all would be.
You'd be split.
You'd be 500. You'd be 500. Yeah.
Yep.
So because they won the Super Bowl, they are now a winning franchise for first time ever.
That what's insane? I know it's crazy because we definitely have 146 more wins than we do losses. Y'all just getting over 500 is crazy.
We're
that is
just
crazy
getting over 500.
That is insane to hear, bro.
Yeah.
And now we're the only franchise that has beaten Bill Belichick, beaten Andy Reid, and beaten Vince Lombardi in a championship. It's crazy.
Damn.
Hey. That's some good stuff there. But does anybody else have anything gaming related or anime or anything nerd related before we jump into our topics?
Only other thing I'll say is Solo Leveling is amazing.
Yo, I was about to say that.
You were? I'm halfway through season 2. I'm not done yet.
Okay, I mean, we still have a little bit of season 2 left, so
I'm gonna hop on once season 2 is over.
You're almost there to where we need to be.
Yeah, because I've heard Solo Leveling is a relatively short anime, so I will jump in after season 2 is over. It's not one of these 10-year animes.
It's not. I mean, they're brisking through a lot of things. Well,
yeah.
If it's not super plot related, they're just like, and then that happened, and then just moving right along.
Yeah. So to my understanding, because I know somebody who's like a Solo Leveling like lore, person. They call them lore masters or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently, like maybe they're speeding through to get to the point where they get to the main character's son. There's another spin-off with his son. Solo Leveling Ragnarok or something like that.
Yeah.
So that might be what's happening. Oh, but I guess it would be more considered a cartoon than an anime. But it's like it's from the people of AMC. It's called Prometheus. It's on Netflix. It is amazing. It deals with this new science popping up where people are able to transfer their consciousness into an AI so that they can prolong their life. Like they lose their body, but their mind is forever inside these computers. And it just deals with like what's the word I'm looking, the how ethical it is and like kind of like what they're going through, but then like there's an issue with there's there's an issue with the copy of the people's consciousness to where it has a short lifespan. So it's like this genius kid has to like solve the problem so that these people can continue living within the internet. And then there's like all this other stuff in it too.
Yeah.
I encourage you guys to check that one out. It's pretty good. It's on Netflix. They just dropped season 2 in Netflix. Great show. Great show. I love it. But yeah, for that said, if nobody else has anything, we can go ahead and dive into our topics for today. This might be a pretty quick Spitfire show. But let's see. So, first topic of today is that it looks like PlayStation is kind of, from what Mark Cerny said today, they may be dropping PSSR and focusing more on adopting some aspects of FSR4 going forward. Did you see that, Kofi?
I didn't get enough chance to read up on it. I just saw like one post.
Yeah, I didn't see the interview. I didn't get a chance to watch the interview, but it looks like PSSR may no longer be a thing. It looks like they may now be focusing on FSR4, which is kind of interesting because it seems like the whole purpose behind the PS5 Pro was this PSSR tech, or PSSR as people like to call it. So what are your thoughts? Just looking like they may be moving away from PSSR and focusing on FSR4, and that may be a feature that FSR4 may be a feature that is available on Pro and the base PlayStation, so there may not be much of a differentiator between the two consoles.
I'm very curious what the first game that takes advantage of it will look like, so that we can kind of get a realistic look at what their belief in FSR4 will bring. I really need to just read up on. I did see Mark Cerny was saying something about it. I didn't even have a chance to catch up on it. But if PSSR was not going to take us to some sort of significant change, and FSR4 is more in line with AMD tech, or what have you, I'm fine with that. I want to take advantage of the Pro, so that's definitely going to be something I'm looking forward to, regardless, because I've been holding back on the PS4 Pro just because I've been buying some other tech, but it's about time. To get that upgrade. So.
Okay. All right. So you do plan on getting the 5 Pro at some point?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. And as someone who does have the PS5 Pro, Jube, what are your thoughts seeing that the PSSR may be dropped altogether?
From what I've read or from what I saw in that interview, I don't think it's being dropped altogether, because FSR4 does not, like, as it works on PC, isn't going to work on.
Yeah, because it's made for RDNA. It's made for RDNA 2, so they're just trying to copy features.
Yeah, they're going to have to backport what features they can into it. I don't think they're going to get rid of PSSR, but I think it's going to make PSSR better than what it is, because AMD took FSR4 to way further than, I guess, even someone who thought the PSSR was going to go. So
yeah, okay,
it's a net positive. So
okay,
I've said it. I've been underwhelmed by
yes.
some of the stuff is like, why is it so soft? Like, why am I still seeing pop in and all this other crazy nonsense that I shouldn't be seeing on an $800 piece of machinery here?
Okay.
And I'm over it at this point. But hopefully they're saying like next year we should get a nice update for that.
Okay,
that'll help. But
that
also, hopefully Xbox learns from that. Whenever their next console just has that architecture, so they can use that. Because why not?
So
you have to. You're either going to use the LSS or whatever the best version of FSR is at this point.
Yeah, because
you kind of have to do it.
Yeah, because I was looking on Twitter, and Twitter, you just see the worst of it, and it's like everyone's like talking shit. So I'm like kind of wondering, as a PS5 Pro customer, just making sure you didn't feel like jaded of this new approach, and maybe you know, the pisser, the main reason behind the key feature of the PS5 Pro maybe being shelved to the side a little bit for new technology. Okay.
I don't think they're shelving it. Like I said, I think they're gonna have to backport it. Like it should drastically change. Now, what is that going to say about the PS4 titles that they're still going to be producing? Like they're going to have a cutoff at some point, because like that, if and when it gets these FSR4 ish improvements, like it's going to be, why do I have a 5 at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
they have to be careful with that.
They're gonna support. I think going forward they're gonna support 2 generations at a time. So they're never gonna abandon the previous gen. So like when PlayStation 6 or whenever this next Xbox comes out, they're still gonna support the series and the 5. So until the next generation after that generation comes out. Just because people are holding on to their hardware a lot longer, so it's kind of hard to force people over onto new hardware. So I think they're going to support previous generations going forward, or the previous generation going forward. Whatever the previous generation is, I think they're going to still fully support it.
Right.
So you'll just be missing out on certain features if you don't decide to, upgrade. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a quick spitfire one that we got through. Our next topic after that, we got I'm still on that one. What happened? Oh, there we go. The next thing that we got was Death Stranding 2 dropped the trailer yesterday that I don't think anyone was expecting to see. Did you guys get a chance to check it out?
I am very excited to play the game, but I refuse to watch the trailer.
All right, you refuse to watch the trailer?
Yeah, I'm just...
Trailer for what?
Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So the trailer dropped. It got an official name. It's Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Interesting choice of a subtitle. And it got a release date. I think the release date, was it June 26th?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, June 26th. And then we also, it looks like we got the confirmation that it actually is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I know there was some debates in the community about whether it would be exclusive once we saw Death Stranding 2 port over to Xbox, I think in November. So a lot of people were wondering, what does that mean for Death Stranding 2? Well, it looks like we got our answer. It's going to be exclusive to PlayStation for a period of time that, we don't know. Maybe as long as the original Death Stranding was exclusive to the PlayStation. So maybe 4 or 5 years before we get Death Stranding 2 on the Xbox, and probably a year before we get it on PC.
Yeah.
So you saw the trailer, Jubei. So being that you saw it and everything, what were your thoughts and impressions once you saw that and seeing that it's not coming to your platform of preference?
I have a platform I can play it on if I really need it. I need to finish the first one first, though. That's my thought.
Okay.
The facial animations, like, that shit's crazy. That shit looks great.
Yeah.
Some parts of the actual gameplay, I saw some stutter and a couple other little things. I'm just like, it's probably going to run best on this still period, which is to be expected. But I'm still just as confused when they... Good thing, since this is Kojima we're talking about, I mean, if you're confused, we're where we're supposed to be. Yeah, I think I'm going to get it. If I can make it through the first one and I enjoy it, I'll definitely hop in the second one.
Yeah.
For sure.
And Tao, I'm just letting you know right now, that is on Ko-fi, that is on Nappy and that is on Zero to get this Monster Hunter Wild Squad going. So
Yeah,
you
I
got
don't own the game,
you
unfortunately.
got you,
So.
you got to reach out to Kofi and Nappy, hit them up in the DMs and be like, where is this Monster Hunter Squad at? Try and get in.
What rank are you? Y'all let me know what rank he posts.
Yeah, I can let you know what rank he posts whenever he posts his rank.
I'm trying to see. I need to catch up to him.
Yeah, you might need to. He is HR 83.
Hey yo.
So yeah, you probably got to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jube, any other thoughts that you had on the Death Stranding?
Like I said, it looks incredible. Yeah, I'm just hoping when I get back to the first one that I'm not bored to not get spending money on the sequel.
You know,
So
they
we'll see.
call it a walking simulator for a reason.
Yeah, that there was a lot. There was little that the whole trailer was just walking outside of a couple of shooting
Yeah.
shooting scenes. So I just yeah,
Yep.
it's definitely not an at launch game for me, but I'm gonna keep tabs on it. I need to work through the first one.
Okay. And Kofi, I know you
Yeah,
didn't.
man.
I didn't know. I know you didn't see the trailer, but I know this is a game that you're very excited for. How do you feel knowing that you finally have a release date? Is coming June 26th. Have you pre-ordered it already?
I have not pre-ordered it yet. I definitely am going to get a physical copy. I'm curious if there will be a different one that's only in Japan that might have like
From
different characters.
Forever Physical Kofi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I said Forever Physical Kofi.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's going to be some sort of physical finagling I'm going to do for that. Yeah, I'm really excited to play this game. I'm shocked that we got this release date at this point. I did not expect a summer release date. But I honestly think sometimes summer releases for games can be big. A lot of big franchises skip the summer because people are out at the beach or on vacation. But um, other games have succeeded. Maybe not as big as a Death Stranding, but I always think of like things like Remnant 2. Remnant 2 came out in the middle of July, and it was like the best-selling game that I think Gunfire had in a while. So
I remember we used to get like big JRPGs in the summer.
yeah, there used to be a time where RPGs would come out closer to the summertime. I mean, Final Fantasy 16 is also a good one. Right?
Yeah, it dropped in the summer. Yeah, it came out in the summer.
July was it? So yeah, to me, I think it's a good opportunity because so many publishers dodge it. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to see Grand Theft Auto coming out in July, and whenever that comes out, everybody's moving out the way. So good on Kojima to get this thing out, and I'm hyped, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah, we should be hyped. It's Kojima has a lot of different projects going on. I'm excited. I'm excited for Death Stranding 2 coming out because that means OD is that much closer, and I want to see what him and Jordan Peele are working on. I want to see him kind of getting his horror bag a little bit. I'm excited for that. I do need to play Death Stranding before I jump into Death Stranding 2. But yeah, I'm just Kojima's doing a lot of different projects, and I like the fact that he's pretty much sunsetting this one in the next 3 months, to where all they have to do is updates, and he can just focus on some of the other stuff he's doing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Death Stranding 2 being done, but not because I'm super excited for Death Stranding 2. I have to play Death Stranding 1 to get excited for Death Stranding 2. Did you beat Death Stranding 1, Kofi?
I am very close.
Okay.
Still, yeah.
I know. I think Omar has.
Make sense of the story. I just want to be able to make sense of this damn story without having to look it up, figure that shit out. So I was like, "What are we talking about?" I'm still.
Well, apparently, Oh No is Alex. He thinks it's like one of the greatest stories ever. So yeah, he was real big on it, but I haven't had a chance to dive into it yet. I'm not knocking it for being a walking simulator because I haven't played it yet. I can't say that the game is boring or anything like that. But I think you and I will have a different experience than people who first played the game, because it's like, even though it's not like a multiplayer game, like you see the work of others in your playthrough. So we're gonna see a world that's already been built up more so than the people who first played the game. So our experience might be a lot different, as far as our enjoyment, once we really start like diving into it. Um, but yeah, I think we hit this topic on the head. We're going pretty quick through today. Our final topic of today. Oh, I have to drop you down, Jubei. Baby going crazy. Um, but final topic of the day. We got an article from Ches Gordon, an exclusive, where we learned that Xbox is actually going to be dropping a new handheld this year. It will not be from Xbox themselves. It looks like they partnered with a third-party hardware distributor, and they will be the ones making the actual hardware, and Xbox will just be providing the Xbox catered operating system. So it to me, I guess I'll start off with myself on this one. I am excited to see that this handheld is coming sooner than I expected. When I saw a third party is getting the first crack at it, it feels like this is going to be kind of like a beta device in a sense, where Xbox is able to work all the kinks out without having their name fully attached to it. And then, maybe like 2028, or because I don't think they're going to drop it the same. I don't think they're going to drop the handheld the same year as they dropped the console. Because that was also part of the leak, is that the console's going to drop in 2027. So I would think the handheld will drop in 2028, and it'll be the Xbox handheld. But whatever handheld is dropping this year, I think it's going to kind of be like their beta, where they get to work out all the kinks without having their full Xbox name attached to it. Like, oh, that's Asus's fault. They can like blame some shit on Asus if they want to. But that's kind of my initial reaction. I'm excited to kind of see what this Xbox hardware looks like. I want to see what the difference is between that and the ROG and the other more PC dedicated handhelds. As opposed to the Steam Deck, which is more closed environment. It's not as open as the Windows, where you have everything at your disposal. I mean, you can crack the Steam Deck and upload whatever software you want on there, but it's not the same as Windows. But I'm actually gonna go to Kofi on this one.
Yeah.
Native Xbox hardware handheld dropping this year. I know you're a handheld guy, or you were at one point. So what were your thoughts seeing that Xbox is going to be dropping a new handheld this year?
To be honest, listening to the potential strategy that you were laying out, and I was also thinking of this when I first saw this announcement. I think it's the smartest thing Xbox could do. Basically putting maybe like their labeling on tech or hardware that another company is putting all the hard work into, learn what the market likes, understand what Game Pass, probably being the number one marketed service on that hardware, does, and then kind of pivoting from there. Kind of makes me think of like Steam's first foray into the handheld market. I think it was received pretty well, but then Steam, was able to kind of turn around and say, all right, well, we can beef up the specs here or release some alternate versions here, then see if they can fluctuate the price, how it'll be competitive. I honestly think that at least in my opinion, Xbox, if they were to learn from the handheld that comes out this year, I think their own handheld would be very price friendly.
Yeah.
And more trying to convince people to just jump in and pay for some tier of Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think they would rather that than some like super expensive, super like amazing, tech that's like, oh my gosh, this is like the next 5 years I could use this. I don't think it's really necessary. I think they would be wiser just iterating on something that's much more affordable and get those subs up. So I mean, yes, I do like um, the idea of a handheld that would have like some great IPs that I would love. Xbox has some interesting partnerships with Japan. Nothing that has me like super excited right now, other than like Ninja Gaiden. Like Ninja Gaiden's a big one, but I'm thinking like JRPGs that I'd be playing on the handheld. Um, there's anything yet, but I would anticipate there's going to be more.
Okay.
Probably from Koei Tecmo with the Atelier series and maybe Nippon Ichi Software. I think Nippon Ichi Software having like what's the game, Phantom Brave or the Disgaea series, those are like titles that could be successful on a handheld,
Yeah.
that might compete with a Switch type game. So I hope that they get those, because the last time a Disgaea game
Okay.
or Phantom Brave was on Xbox, I don't remember if that's even happened. But that would be a new opportunity for them. So
So from
keep
the
my ears to the concrete.
perspective of Kofi, if this particular handheld, when they officially announce it, has Steam Store integration, is it a piece of hardware you would be interested in? Because I know you do have a Steam library.
Mm, that's an interesting one. I didn't think about that. Maybe. You're right that for the right price, I would definitely think about it. Like I've always considered a Steam Deck, um, but you know, I was holding out, hoping that PlayStation would release something. Of course, they have the Portal, which I like the Portal, but I don't love it
Yeah.
because it doesn't have local installations, for gaming. Um, but if Xbox had some sort of like competitively priced, it plays local games and has Steam access, I'd have to like I'd have to weigh the pros and cons of that device.
Okay.
I would not be doing Game Pass, but just so I could play like some of my Metroidvanias that are only on Steam, I would consider it. Or like, there's a cool tactics game coming out this month. Jube, I know you know what I'm talking about. Uh, Something Tactics 2. What is it called? Um, it plays like an old Fire Emblem game. Dark Deity 2. Dark Deity 2. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's like only on Steam, I think. And those are like the kind of games that I wish I could just grab a handheld and play. That would be compelling if this, Xbox compatible thing had the right price. Um, so
So
we'll
I
see.
think these handhelds are currently going for about $600. So I don't expect it to be any cheaper. I think the cheapest one you could get is like a Steam Deck for $399. Is that right, Jube?
I think it is.
What?
I think it is about three. Steam Deck. What's the
Yeah,
Steam Deck lowest?
the cheapest Steam Deck, which is like I think 512 gigabytes of storage, is I think $399. So you would still have to upgrade to storage, um, if you're gonna have a bunch of games on there. But I think the cheapest one is $399.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I'm checking.
Yeah, if it's around the same price, I don't
Actually,
know.
It's $399 for 256.
Oh, 256.
255.
Ah,
549 for the 512 OLED. So they have the 256 LCD for 400. 549 gets you the 512 OLED. 649 gets you the 1 terabyte OLED.
Yeah, so the cheaper Steam Deck is more appealing because I'd only be usually playing like Metroidvanias or like smaller RPGs that are only on Steam.
okay.
I don't need
the battery life is worse than that one though, Kofi. For sure.
Oh, is it?
It sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 2 to 8 hour. It's a 40 watt hour battery versus a 50 watt hour battery that comes in the OLEDs. So you're missing out on like 4 hours ish of battery.
Jeez.
4 hours.
Okay. So I'm just gonna stay here with you, Kofi. Just based on the type of gamer you are. Based on the type of gamer you are, who has a Steam library already. If the Xbox handheld had Steam integration, you can access your store. Cool. You pick up the console. You already stated that you're not going to purchase Game Pass. But are you going to purchase games from the Microsoft Store, or are you going to just keep everything strictly to Steam?
Ooh. I've already been buying some Microsoft games through Steam, like Forza Horizon 5 and Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush and Gears 5.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious on how would you be willing to split your library up even more between different stores? That's kind of
No, I don't think so. Like, there's a couple of like Xbox IPs that I think are still stuck in the Xbox ecosystem, like a Lost Odyssey, right? Is that available digitally?
it's available digitally on Xbox.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, on Xbox. I don't know if it's available on Steam, but yeah, you can get it on Xbox. But oh, go ahead.
Titles, no, I mean, like, just like titles like that, I might actually consider. Like, it would have to be like that type of game. Like, oh, Lost Odyssey is available on like the Xbox store through this handheld. I would buy that.
Okay.
I wouldn't subscribe to Game Pass though, but I would definitely buy it.
Yeah, we already know that you already stated that you're not getting Game Pass, but you wouldn't. But basically the point that I'm getting at is that the type of customer that you are, you wouldn't find yourself purchasing games from the Microsoft Store. You would just go straight to Steam, in most cases.
In most cases, and the reason why is I did have a bad experience with buying from the Microsoft Store when it was still available on PC.
Okay.
I remember I had a broken version of Quantum Break. It just never ran correct. So like that's what sticks in my mind.
But does it run correctly on Steam?
It was never made available on Steam, right? I don't think Quantum Break you can buy. Maybe you can now, but I remember back in like 2018 or whenever I bought it on PC, it was not.
I think that's just a PC version issue. I don't think that's a Xbox Store issue.
I have to look back on that. I mean, shoot, it may have been that it was finally fixed.
Quantum Break Steam. Quantum Break is on Steam for $39.99.
Okay.
And the reviews are currently mostly positive, so game has probably been fixed since the last time you purchased it. Because you know how Steam people are with their reviews. They will shit on your game if there's an issue.
Yes, I will.
Oh.
Yeah, the PC version on the Microsoft Store, I think, was broken for a long time. Because I remember there was some texture file that a Reddit community had found to fix it, but it did not work for my GPU. It was something like that. It had this crazy stutter. And I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I don't even want to play the game anymore.
Okay. All right.
But this is way back. I mean, this is like when the Microsoft Store was available. It's not even available, right?
It's still available. It's just baked into the Xbox app when you like purchase games now.
Okay.
So I think it's still considered the Microsoft Store. There's no Xbox Store on PC. So I think it's still technically considered the Microsoft Store. But Jube, you've been quiet for a minute. Bring your volume.
Xbox app on PC. It's not the Xbox Store. It's still the Microsoft Store, but it's the Xbox app.
Yeah, it's through them. But yeah, Jube. Xbox Handheld 2025. I know you've been talking about the handheld a lot. This third-party hardware, first-party software handheld. How you feeling about that?
Honestly, I feel like this is more gonna be like a partnership handheld, than anything else. Like maybe testing the waters with some OS stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't think this is their official Xbox handheld that they're gonna be.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's why I said I think they're gonna do it kind of as a beta, so they can have
see what works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity, like I said, just test like UI stuff. Basically, what I don't want is this handheld to drop, and it's another. I don't want them to make another handheld PC. We have those. We have plenty of those. I just want the Xbox experience in a handheld.
Yeah, it's that.
I don't need to be able to see Windows. Have a launcher for Steam in there. That way it goes into Steam OS or.
I agree. I don't like
whatever.
Windows OS
I don't want Windows on this handheld.
Well,
yeah, I agree with that.
from what
That would be like nope. That would be a no buy.
from
I
what
know Xbox is
just
a kernel of Windows, but I just want them to be like, I turn this thing on, it looks just like my Xbox dashboard with the
well
addition to I can go into the Steam. I can launch a Steam app or something on it to get into Steam OS or Big Picture over Steam, whatever you want to call it. I
well
just don't want to be forced into, oh yeah, we got to do Windows type things. Like, no, I don't want it. If I wanted it to look like a PC, I'd go build a PC or buy a Steam Deck. I don't want that.
yeah. Well, from what Jez is saying, it does sound like it's leaning more towards what you're saying, where it's an Xbox OS with the device. I think you can still get to Windows though, but it sounds like it's going to be like an Xbox specific OS where you kind of get that full Xbox experience inside the handheld. So that'll be interesting. So is this? I don't know why I'm asking you this. Is this a day one for you?
Price and performance are going to determine that.
Okay. All right. So let's
I
say
don't want to pay $700 to beta test a handheld. Is what I'm saying. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that.
So I would say let's say it's at that Steam OLED price.
$549. We can talk.
$549.
$549 with a terabyte of storage. We can talk for sure. We can absolutely talk.
And another.
It doesn't need to be an OLED screen. Is the other thing. You can save the OLED screen for your premium Xbox made handheld.
I agree. It doesn't. I agree. It doesn't have to be, but I mean,
this needs to be the litmus test for how other storefronts are going to work in a Microsoft OS ecosystem.
Yeah.
The beta test for the console and the beta test for whatever official handheld that's not a partnered handheld.
Okay. But you know what the most interesting thing about this third party hardware distributor is? It opens up the door for the same thing to happen on the console side. And
it does. If
it opens up the same thing on the console side and the next Xbox is more PC like, can you imagine being able to throw like a 5080 in your Xbox and like you're no longer like limited by the base hardware anymore because you're able to upgrade your hardware based on
Yeah, I think if they can somehow make this console modular in some way, and then sell like upgrade packs, we might on this thing because then you would eliminate the need to have to release.
Yeah. Oh, we lost you, Juve. It's all good. But
sorry, what was I saying?
Modular. Eliminate the need.
It needs to be modular, because then we wouldn't be having these talks. Oh, Xbox isn't releasing another console. Like, no, they can keep that, and then if you want more, you can purchase an upgrade pack for $200, $300, $400, whatever, and slot that shit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be neat. And I think that would be their way forward without having to have the burden of, dang, we have to like completely produce like a new console. Like, no, you.
Or if you could just throw a stock PC GPU in there.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. I mean, at that point, the Xbox would have to be the size of a
PC tower, which is not what we want.
Like,
we still want to use APUs and stuff like that, but it's like they can just release the APU.
What I'm saying is the reference Xbox can be like the regular console size, but like the third parties can kind of give you that option. So like, if you decide to buy an Asus Xbox, you can have the option to kind of swap out the GPUs inside. It may not be APU driven when you get the third party hardware.
But then now we're opening up a can of worms. It's like, why is this other company offering a better product?
Because it's more, because those are full PC Xboxes. So you would have the under the hood Xbox, and then you'd have the full PC Xbox.
Or Or in that case, we would just see them basically selling the Xbox OS on those PCs.
Yeah,
Where
basically.
you get the Xbox. Basically, it's not an Xbox. It's still a PC in that sense, but it runs the Xbox OS instead of Windows or what have you. Like it's specifically for gaming, not for
Yeah,
using an Xbox OS.
and you don't have to,
It
and
would be just like the console experience.
it would, but it would. Wouldn't it make the PC experience a little bit better because it's just that much more the CPU and the GPU don't have to process. They're only processing gaming. They're not doing any other background processes like fucking Windows Defender and all that other bullshit.
Yep.
Even though I can't even hate on Windows Defender, they've
No,
been
no.
better.
No, it's not. It's not that it's bad. It's just that when you're running a PC, there's a lot of other background processes that are going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you get a situation where it's like Asus makes a PC Xbox basically, and it has a Xbox only operating system, then that should do a lot for your GPU CPU. You might be able to get frames that you've never been able to reach before because your PC no longer has to worry about those other processes that take place in the background.
Yep. Like we have to know exactly. Like this is a gaming PC. Like you can
Gaming only PC. Yeah.
There, but this is not for checking your email. This is not for if you want to watch YouTube. There's an app for that. Like you can have an app for all of these things. So you can still get the same build an outlet.
The same exact app store that's on the Xbox right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Like just give us the Xbox experience and take out the PC-ish parts that look PC.
Yeah.
And then you bridge the gap. And then those people that buy those can just literally just since the PC, a new graphics card came out, slap that bitch in there and you just go.
How do you feel about a device like that, Kofi? Like a just purely gaming PC, no Windows, no productivity BS inside of it.
I do like that. I've just been so disappointed with other.
I don't think we've had that before.
You're right. That it was fully optimized.
It's for people that want a PC but don't want the PC experience.
Yeah, it's just a pure gaming machine.
I would be doing a lot of research, and if I really liked it, actually seeing it perform, I would be like, okay, like Windows did it. I've just, like you said, Windows is so infamous for bloat.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, you just completely eliminate all that bloat. You just have the Xbox app with the Steam Store and the Epic Store on it also. And it's just a purely gaming machine.
I just don't know if it would exist. You think like I want to see that. I just haven't ever seen that.
Yeah, we haven't, but that's why we're hypothesizing on it. How would you feel about that type of device?
I think it would be good. I just don't know.
It would kind of exist
would it be Kofi pull out the credit card good?
If it was that and had that competitive price, I would.
Well, it's how you build it. It's your own build.
Like fully modular.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'm curious how they would do it. Don't you think that Microsoft would want to keep things simple in terms of hardware, like not have it?
That's what I'm saying. You license. We're talking about the licensing out. So like have like basically like how they licensing out this third party handheld. There's a good chance that if they're doing it with one, it's a good chance they'll do it with the other too. So they can. That's what I'm saying. So if we're living in a world where they license out Asus or Lenovo or Dell, whoever, to do Xbox PC, where it's just a pure Xbox PC. There's no Windows, no nothing. It's just the Xbox OS.
They'd also kind of be inventing competition for themselves. It's like, here's your OS, and then the company has the OS. Like they could do a lot of things with that.
Yeah.
That maybe Microsoft doesn't implement and might have to. You know what I mean? Like it would breed competition in that space for themselves.
And it would. Some people might end up with two PCs. They might have a work PC and a pure gaming PC.
Yep.
Or
I do like the idea of modular builds. Like I just saw this a laptop company that releases a modular laptop called Framework.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. So like I would entertain the idea for sure.
Okay. All right.
And
Yeah.
and by the way, I would say that because I do not like PC gaming. But when I saw
Mhm.
Framework, I was like, that's cool.
You don't like PC gaming or laptop gaming? Is what you're.
I'm sorry. Yes, laptop customization. It's never interested me. But when I saw Framework, I was like, that's really kind of
Yeah,
cool.
just be able to slot this out, and let's slot this new thing in here and
Yeah, he got
call it good. Like
he got to hang out
it's
with a
just
new
it's,
group of nerds this weekend.
it's just like how we want these sports games to just basically just give us roster updates not for $70 at this point
Learn
because
about new
we're not
tech.
getting any further.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think going beyond just what the article said, it's just opening up a whole new realm of possibilities of what the next generation could look like. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think it'd be pretty cool if that can happen, because if you can build like an Xbox or just a console in general, if you can build a console experience with the best hardware out there, whenever you feel like it, I think that's very appealing, very appealing to gamers. And if Xbox would be the first, or if Microsoft would be the first ones to create a OS that's purely for gaming, and you eliminate the need for the productivity software and everything that holds back your CPU, GPU from doing everything gaming, that would be like amazing. Like you might start getting 200 frames per second on a lot of these games. So I would like a world like that for sure. But if we don't have anything else, we can roll right into outros. Quick hour-long show. Give the people what they want, they need, their weekly vitamin G fix.
Yeah,
In a
we don't always have to have a long ass show.
in a condensed manner. So with that said, let's jump into these outros. Jubei, you were here first, so go ahead and give your outro, man.
Absolutely. You can find me at JubeiX Sensei on gaming platforms, Jubei Sensei everywhere else. I'm gonna jump back into Diablo and a couple other things. Can't wait till this year really gets cracking with the MGSs and the GTAs and all the greatness. What a year!
Yeah, we're getting close to we're getting close to showcase season. Doesn't even feel like it.
And we've been getting quality. We've been getting quality 80+ drops since like the beginning of the
Shout
year.
out to Split Fiction.
Yes. Shout out to Split Fiction.
Shout out.
Yeah, if only I had someone who I could depend on to start and finish one of these co-op games with me.
I do really want to play that with you, man. That would be like really fun.
If he wins Game of the Year again for a game like this, we got to start talking about some GOAT conversations, because
you're right.
This man,
like icon level
been dropping heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
no
he's about to be the next Cliff Blazinski, Neil Druckmann, Hideo Kojima at this point. Yeah,
he should already be, because like we haven't heard, and he talks about like him like shuttering studios, firing employees. Like his games make money and they win awards. That's where we're at.
For sure. For sure.
Him. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Kofi, where can we find you? What will you be playing?
As usual, guys, creative_Kofi on Twitter, and Monster Hunter, lots of Monster Hunter. I need to get somewhere close to, I guess, level 100, because right now I'm just chasing level 30. So, I'm a ways behind, I think, a lot of the true vets who have been playing for the last 8 days, because the game's only been out for 8 days.
Yeah, it ain't been out that long.
But yeah, I will be grinding. I will be still on lots of Monster Hunter, Visions of Mana, and then Revenge of the Seven, Romancing Saga 2 remake, another Square Enix gem. So Yeah, I'll see you online.
All right, all right, all right. And last but not least, your boy Pharaoh. You can find me tomorrow on Night Quest with C Money and Doodle. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's about it for me. I think I'm gonna try to get some Avowed in this week. And yeah, that'll be it. So I just want to thank you everyone for coming out and getting a weekly dose of vitamin G. Keep it gaming. We're out.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin J, got what you need. Vitamin J, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J. Ayy. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin J. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside
Got what you need.
looking in.